record. And we need to inform you of that. Okay. All right. So I will get moving. We'll move through quickly, but don't worry, it's recorded. So we'll make sure that you get a copy of this to review anything also. And then we'll do some questions at the end too. Oh, and then Elsa obviously can answer any of your questions. So as we're going through, throw in the chat if there's something that comes up that you're like, well, what does that mean? She's an amazing essential oil guru and she can answer anything. So as we go through, there are some new here. Let us know if you're new. And then just make sure that you're muted so that everybody can hear. And then also mute people if you need to do that too. Okay, so as we go through, it's really important, and you guys all did a great job of filling out the Google form where you kind of let me know where your health concerns are, which is really helpful because then I can kind of curtail this presentation based on what your health concerns are. So think about those, kind of write those down, jot those down, and then we will definitely highlight some of those so that when you hear what your concern is, like let's say sleep, then when you hear the oil that corresponds with that, then you can be like, aha, lavender or serenity or Adaptiv or whatever the ones that we're going to talk about. So we'll go through, and I want to make sure that people who are brand new to essential oils, which is really exciting. A lot of people clicked, they're completely brand new to essential oils. And that's a great thing because your essential oils are going to be so empowering. It's a great thing to be able to have all of these natural solutions right at your fingertips. Also, we just got back from let's see, I don't know if I can mute that or not. Elsa, you might have to mute. Or whoever. So Elsa and I just got back from a 4-day canoe trip, and we got back last night, and we had our essential oils with us, and it was so empowering. I have to tell you that we used our oils every day. And I'll kind of throw in here when we talk about some of the oils, because we'll talk about the staples that will really replace your medicine cabinet. But it was so empowering because we went as our families. So my daughters didn't want to go, but my son did. And then Elsa had her 2 young daughters with her. Lucy's 4 and Violet's 1. And we used our essential oils for everything that came up. And it was great because there was no cell reception where we were. Our phones didn't work at all. And so we had these natural tools right at our fingertips. And we knew that they work because obviously we've been using them for years. So I'll throw that in as we go through of all the amazing ways that we used our oils, but we were so thankful to have them because there were situations that came up. But it's really important to know that doTERRA oils specifically are safe. There's a lot, you guys are probably starting to see so many different essential oils on the market and offered just about every store that you stop in. I was even at like a hardware store and they have essential oils there. I mean, they're everywhere because people are looking for these natural solutions and we're much more aware of our health and wellness, right? We're looking for those natural solutions. So there's a lot of junk on the market. I just want you to be careful because the FDA only requires 5% of that oil to be pure. And then they can fill it up with any other kind of fractionated coconut oil or any kind of fillers to dilute it down to keep the price down. So you definitely get what you pay for. doTERRA oils specifically are considered medical grade. So if you are in like a hospital situation where they're starting to incorporate essential oils, 99% of the time it's going to be doTERRA oils because they can't mess around with any other junk. So your doTERRA oils, they're going to be safe. They're natural, they're safe. They're really just from plants. It's the oils that we're extracting, what the plants use to thrive and survive in nature. We're extracting that oil and using it for our benefits. The great thing is that there's never any negative side effects or addictions. You're going to get so many amazing side benefits when you use your essential oils, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. All of doTERRA oils, they're CPTG, which means that they're certified pure, tested grade essential oils. They have this seal of approval right on it, and then they also have a code on the bottom, so you can put right on the website the code and it will tell you all the testing results of this oil so you know where it came from, and they're completely transparent about that. And that's so important because they really wanted to set themselves apart from all of the other stuff that you're seeing on the market. So they have that purity. So your bottle of peppermint is going to be 100% pure peppermint oil. They have the potency because we're sourcing from all over the world. And what that does is when their plants are growing where they grow best in nature and we're sourcing them from their natural environment, the oil itself is going to have a better potency, and they're going to be 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So one drop of peppermint is going to be equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So a little bit is going to go a long way. Your doTERRA oils, again, remember that these are like a medical grade and you only need 1 to 2 drops. It's not going to be like a salt and pepper shaker. You don't want to just start just throwing it on. Like when Elsa and I were talking about using lime oil in like a cocktail, it's 1 drop. So a little bit goes a long way. They're going to save you a ton of money. So as we dive in, and we're talking about energy and vitality, guys, peppermint is probably the #1 oil to help to energize the body. As we go through, if you see this ATI, A is aromatic, T is topical, and I is internal. So these are all the different ways that you can use peppermint, and we'll talk about those 3 ways, okay? But if you've got a sample from me, or maybe a sample's on the way, your, excuse me, your peppermint oil is going to be the one that invigorates. If you have it with you, where's mine? I'm going to just start it off. It's a great way to start class. Put a drop in your hands and rub it together and just take a time to cup and inhale. I love peppermint. You instantly feel energized. It helps to open up the airways. This same 1 drop that I just put in my hands, I can massage into my shoulders for tightness, tension, any kind of headaches, but it opens up the airways. I can even take a swipe on my hand and put it on my tongue to help freshen my breath. If we were doing an in-person class, you'd be very thankful. And this is the oil of inspired action. So this is the one that just helps to inspire you. I have it in my diffuser in the morning to help get motivated and to get out of bed. All right, so peppermint we love. This is a great one, again, covering all of these different things, and you're getting those additional side benefits. So you may be using it for energy and helping to waken up and freshen up the body, but it's also going to be working to release that tension and that tightness and help with digestion. So you're going to get so many great side benefits. I call this liquid air conditioning. It's hot today, and I know tomorrow is like, I mean, it's just what a crazy summer that's going to be down in the 60s, at least here in Racine. But you can put some peppermint in a spray bottle, maybe about 5 or 6 drops, fill the rest up with water and spray this right on your fan. It's so fun to do. Or even in your car vents, if you're having trouble when you're driving and having trouble staying awake, and you can spray it on the vents and then it blows out this refreshing peppermint. It feels incredible. So, because remember, peppermint's going to help to naturally cool down the body. If you're in an afternoon slump, you can do a drop of wild orange and peppermint together in your palms. I mean, it's amazing what it can do to just give yourself 5 seconds, rubbing wild orange and peppermint, cupping and inhaling, taking those refreshing breaths. You're going to wake up so much faster than being in that Starbucks line for 15 minutes trying to get a coffee to wake up. You literally only need 5 seconds with wild orange and peppermint. Okay, so your essential oils, guys, they're going to be extremely effective. And the reason why I say that is that they actually permeate your cell membrane. So this is your cell, and they can, there's 2 things that can really have a negative impact on your cell. It's viruses and bacteria. Bacteria lives on the outside, your viruses are on the inside. And so when you go to the doctor and you have a bacterial infection, it's very easy for them to write a prescription and give you something that will clear it up in about 7 to 10 days. There are some negative side effects. Everybody's a little bit different, but it does clear up the infection. But when you have a virus and you go to the doctor, what do they tell you? You can just throw it in the chat. What are they? It's such a bummer because you've been waiting all day. You've been sitting there. Gosh, I went to the doctor last week and I waited in the room for over 45 minutes. It was just driving me crazy before you could even see the doctor. And I was healthy. It was just a checkup. It was so frustrating. But when you have a virus, they tell you that you just basically have to go home and drink plenty of liquids, get rest, and there's really nothing they can do. And that's because a lot of the prescriptions are a water-based prescription and they cannot penetrate your cell. Your cells have this oily membrane that protects your cell, so it can't get at the viruses. But when we use our essential oils, they can not only stop the combat of the replication of the bacteria living on the outside, but it also works against the viruses living on the inside of the cell. And we're working to get to the root cause of the problem. So that's what I love about using our essential oils in the home, is that we're never just covering up the issue or putting a band-aid on it or trying to trick the body that something else is going on. Because once you start messing with that system and start tricking the body into thinking that's like one thing's going on, it's a whole domino effect of, it has repercussions on so many other systems in the body. So we never want to mask the issue, but your oils are going to actually work with your body, because we share 60% of our DNA with plants. So when we're applying them or diffusing them or taking them internally, we'll talk about all those 3 ways to use your oils. Your body sees that and recognizes that as like food and fuel for the body to help it to repair and to really be the best you. So exciting. All right, so one of our favorites as we talk about really being able to help with our immune system is On Guard. And this has just saved our family in the past 2 years of just how is having it in the diffuser. We apply this oil, we do it to the spine and the feet. Or if you can get, I just talked to someone today who's like, I live alone. It's really hard for me to get to my spine. So if you can't like reach your spine, if you don't have somebody who can apply the oil to your spine, just work on that lower brainstem. Right here is a great location for your essential oils, or even the lower back. But the spine is like your information highway. And the bottoms of your feet, there's just amazing reflexology there. It's so great to apply your oils in the bottoms of your feet, because there's like no sebaceous glands in the bottoms of your feet. And what that means is that there's no oily membrane to block the oils from entering the body. So the feet are great. On Guard is one that you can use to put in the diffuser. You can apply it topically. You can use it to clean the home. You can easily put it in a spray bottle, spray down your surfaces. We use it absolutely everywhere. And it's the only like cleaning supply that I know of to like clean the home and sanitize the home, and actually is effective. And I can also drink it. Okay. Is there any clean supply in your home that you can also drink? It's just crazy. So it works really, really well. And it helps to strengthen that immune response. So you get eucalyptus in there. These are all the oils that are in there. That opens up your airways. Your wild orange, that helps with the immune system. Wild orange, any citrus oils have really high levels of a constituent called limonene. And limonene is just a great, again, constituent in the compound in the oil that helps our body to be able to really do like almost like a gentle cleanse and be able to flush out any toxins or toxic overload in our system. Clove is probably one of the most powerful antioxidants in nature. And cinnamon bark, all right, is incredible. I put a drop of cinnamon on my tongue every single day, just for the immune support and protecting my body. And rosemary is going to help with the immune system and also respiratory function. So if you look up and research all of these 5 oils, the reason why they picked them and put them together is because they work so well in this synergistic level. And they're all going to be really powerful and effective against any kind of bad bug that's coming your way. So we just use it as a preventative. We use it all the time. But On Guard is so effective that everyone who uses it is like, give me more. How can I use this in my home? In so many different ways. So we have it as a laundry detergent. We have it as a foaming hand wash. We have a cleaner concentrate. The mouthwash is incredible. The toothpaste, we have throat drops, which is so great because you can just suck on that throat drop, especially like where you're still required to wear masks in traveling, especially, or in the airport, airplane. It works so well to be able to keep that throat hydrated. And then a sanitizing mist. So it's a great product, a great oil, and all of these products have all of those oils in it. So the third thing to know is that your essential oils are going to be affordable, and it's just pennies per dose. So again, you're only going to be using 1 to 2 drops, but it's going to be more affordable than traditional healthcare. And I say that because it has saved us hundreds of dollars every single year for so many different reasons. It saves us in having to do the travel time, trying to book the appointment, sitting there. Like I said, I just sat there last week for 45 minutes and I was just going crazy because I was in this waiting room where there was no internet. There was nothing I could do. I didn't bring a magazine with me or anything like that. And I just had to sit there for 45 minutes. And we don't have to pay for a prescription. We don't have, my copay was $40. I don't know about you guys, but our copay is $40. And that was just a wellness checkup. So it saved us a ton. And especially, like I said, when we were on this canoe trip, we were out, we could be canoeing 15 miles all day long. It was pretty hot. We would spray down our bodies with peppermint to help to cool down the body. Another great one that we used a ton was lavender. And lavender worked so well on, like, we would be canoeing and then we would stop at a campsite and we would use bug spray, and Terra Shield is a doTERRA bug spray that works really well, but inevitably we would get bit somewhere. And lavender is so great for, you guys probably know that it's going to be calming, but it's really good for calming the skin too. So cuts, bumps, scrapes, bruises, bee stings, bug bites, mosquitoes. My young niece, like, just randomly got some sort of bee sting right on her hand, on her arm, and I immediately took lavender and I rolled it on, and I took frankincense, and she totally forgot about it. It didn't bother her. It didn't turn red. It didn't swell up. Lavender is a natural antihistamine, so it's going to be really great for any kind of really soothing, anything where you would have a reaction, okay, to either seasonal allergies or any kind of bug bite. So we had this with us a lot, and I applied it to my skin. And my sister-in-law had a crazy sunburn because we're canoeing in the sun, and she didn't have a sun shirt on, and she had these burns on either side of her back. And I rolled lavender on as soon as we saw it, and we rolled it on before she went to bed at night, and it soothed the sunburn. And then by the time she woke up in the morning, all that redness and the pain from the sunburn was gone. So lavender, just remember, it's going to be all things calming, which is going to be great for calming the skin, especially burns. Keep this one in your kitchen because this is going to be great for anybody who's cooking and happens to burn themselves. I love it. It's it's become my favorite. And here's a great warm body temp little recipe that you can do. So if you have an elevated body temperature, you can dilute 1 drop of lavender and rub that in the back of the neck right here, feet behind the ears, and then take a drop of peppermint, rub it on the bottoms of the feet. Again, you can also massage this into the spine, especially when children are not feeling well. It feels like my kids will just ask me, they'll just text me or come in my room or whatever and just say, Mom, can you put oils on me? I don't feel quite right. And this oils are soothing for them and helping, but it's also that, like, mother's touch that's also so comforting. So they just know when they're not right. And lavender and peppermint are just key oils that we just always have on their nightstand for when they're not feeling well. Okay, how are you going to use your oils? The first way and the quickest, I mean, probably the easiest, okay, if you're brand new to oils and you get one of the starter kits with doTERRA and your oils come and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do with all these? As you start to open them up, probably the very first way that you're going to start using your oils is aromatically. It's the easiest way. This is our crock pot for our essential oils. All right. So you just put your oils in there. I would say 5 to 6 drops is a great, when we'll send you a bunch of recipes and different ways that you can, different diffuser recipes that you can put in there, but don't be afraid to make your own. You can throw anything in there that you want. Nothing's going to blow up. They all work together. Obviously, there's some combinations that are better than others, but you just put them in here. Up to this is my son's, so it actually needs to be clean, but you fill up to this red line. So you put 5 to 6 drops of, or put your water in here first, just lukewarm water, and then put your 5 to 6 drops of your essential oils in here. And then you just set the top on, you set it and forget it, plug it in. You can turn the lights on, you can turn them off. This one has a 2-hour, a 5-hour, and a 10-hour intermittent setting. They always give you options. Like a lot of the starter kits always have a diffuser with them because, again, that's going to be the easiest way for you to start incorporating them in your home. But diffusing is great because it positively affects the mood. As soon as we smell something, I mean, I have people, I mean, I'm putting my oils on all the time because I just love them. But when I walk around or I meet people, they're like, oh, I love just standing next to you. You smell like a spa, like it's so soothing. And so instantly that smell evokes that emotion, right? They have that instant connection of smelling a spa and relaxing. So I'm glad I have that effect on people. That's good to know. But it also cleans and purifies the air. So when we talked about On Guard and putting that in the diffuser, that is our protective blend, it's actually going to eliminate airborne pathogens floating around in the room. So it's so much better for you than using other alternatives for a fragrance in the room because you're using natural plants to in the air, so it's going to be good for your body as you inhale them into our system. And it really supports the respiratory system. So any kind of congestion, there's so many oils that work to open up the airways, but this is how they really work. So they don't just like actually smell good. I mean, they do smell good, but there's actual science to it. So when we smell our oils, it actually goes into your olfactory nerve, your olfactory bulb right there, into our limbic system. And the limbic system is so important because the smell hits immediately. It's a fast reaction before our brain can kind of even tell us what's going on. It goes into the limbic system, and that tells our body how to respond, how to react, and how to feel. It's linked to our emotions, our heart rate, our blood pressure, our breathing, memory, stress, and hormone balance. So that's why sometimes I'll even just take the bottle and just breathe it in. I had someone, I'll wait, I'll save that story till we get to that oil, but I just talked to someone yesterday who had just an amazing experience of just opening up the bottle and smelling it. Oh, I can't wait till I get to that one. Okay, so this is Breathe. And this is a great one to put in the diffuser. It's got eucalyptus in it that, again, helps with respiratory support. Tea tree is a great oil that works with really immune support. Lemon is a great one that helps to break down mucus. It also soothes those histamines. Peppermint, as you know, is great for tension, sinus tension. Cardamom is respiratory support. And then Robin Sarah also have that. This is really, this is our respiratory blend. So we're putting all these oils together, but it's helping to open up the airways. So this doesn't mean that you can only use this when you're congested. I love to use Breathe before a workout and even after a workout. I find that it helps to open up those capillaries a little bit more. So if I'm running or if I'm at Burn Boot Camp with Elsa, when I have Breathe on, I feel like I have a better experience, like I have better control of my breathing. It's also a really great one for snoring. So if you know anybody, Elsa and I know somebody who snores. There was somebody camping with us that had a lot of snoring going on in his tent. So we put some Breathe on him and it was definitely helpful. So you can put Breathe on the bottoms of the feet. It smells amazing in the diffuser, but this was the oil, a brand new customer texted me and she said, I can't thank you enough for my oils because I've been struggling with anxiety and overwhelm since February. Don't know why, but it's just been too much. And some days are just too much to handle. It started in having that high level of stress and that high levels of cortisol continuously throws off all the systems in your body. So then she started to have aches and pains. She started to have, she thought she had vertigo, went through tons of testing, trying to figure out what is wrong. And she found her Breathe oil and she opened it up and she just kind of just kept huffing on it throughout the day and just opening up. She loved the smell of it. She didn't know exactly what was all in it, but she just knew she liked it. And she would just smell it. And she said, it's worked. Like she said, could this actually be happening? This was, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes of just smelling that oil and how that has changed her life in seconds. And so Breathe is a very calming oil at the same time. So I think when you, especially cardamom, I find is a very calming oil. Eucalyptus is one that I always reach to, but it smells great in the diffuser. My daughter loves this one in the diffuser at night just because it has that calming effect. So it's so great to hear those wins from people of oils that help with those situations, those things that they just really struggle with, especially for a long period of time like that. So breathe easy. This is a great diffuser blend. It's got 2 drops of peppermint, 1 frankincense, and 3 breathe. Okay, so we're talking 6 drops of your oil in the diffuser. Fill up the rest with your lukewarm water. Set it and forget it, guys, and you're gonna love it. So this is a great way to change it up. I mean, even just breathe itself is great in the diffuser. So as we jump to talking about stress and anxiety, I think everybody has been here, right? We're all, especially in this journey in the past year and a half, 2 years of just that overwhelm of stress and anxiety. And we're all really working on how to find ways to combat that, right? And it's really important to work to eliminate those high stress levels in the body. It's okay once in a while if we're stressed out and we have something happen and your body releases those stress hormones and those cortisol levels and adrenaline to help us to get through that situation. But then it's supposed to release out of the body. But when we stay consistent in that high level of stress and that anxiety day after day repeating, it really wreaks havoc on the body. And again, it starts to affect other systems in the body because our body, think of our body as like the Titanic, okay? And when there's a hole in the ship, everybody who is normally working on what we'll call other systems, okay, like your digestive system or your cellular repair and recovery, okay, all those things, everything stops and starts to focus on why is there this hole in the boat? Why is there this continued stress? And working to try to find ways to combat that. So people find that they have trouble sleeping when they have high levels of stress and anxiety. They have digestive issues, right? When you feel really, really worried or stressed out, a lot of times we have digestive issues and start to have chronic pain because everything's focused on the body's just not balanced, right? So your energy flows where your focus goes. And I wake up in the morning and sometimes I can wake up and be like, oh my gosh, I got a million things to do and I have no time and I'm never going to get it done. And I feel so disorganized and so overwhelmed. And if I just keep focusing on all the things I have to do or how much is going on, or I'm never going to get it done, that's me telling my body that I'm never going to get it done. And it goes into this panic mode. But I've really practiced on just, and I say this over and over, it does take work, you guys. This is something that we have to work on. But I tell myself that there's plenty of time. Everything's going to get done. There's plenty of time in the day. And it's amazing how that has helped me to calm down. And then I can get those things done. So focus on the positives and the good things going and try to just change your mindset. And it does take work. And I have to keep telling myself that every day. There's plenty of time to get everything done. And it does work. And then avoid that I'll be happy when, right? I'll be happy when my kitchen gets redone. I'll be happy if I just get that new car. If we could just have that, whatever it is, don't think that you're going to be happy at that point. It's so important to really focus on the present and focus on, and that's why we talk about a gratitude journal all the time, because when we're focusing on the positive things and what we're grateful for, we're focusing on the gratitude. And as you focus on that, we start to see more good in the world and we start to feel better. So really focus on being present. And the world is not as it is, but it's as we are. So your perception is going to be your reality. Did you ever have it where like you went to a restaurant? I mean, even if you read the Yelp reviews of some place, Somebody absolutely loved it and had a great experience, and it was amazing, even at the same dinner, right? And then someone else was like, oh my gosh, it was horrible, and it was so loud, and I hated the lighting, and I got there late, and there wasn't any room for me, and I had to sit in the corner. And I mean, you could think of a million things that you could possibly hate about a restaurant, or you could focus on all the good things, right? You're out with your family. It's a warm meal. You don't have to do the dishes, right? And focus on those things, and the world will feel very different. So those are things that we can really actually control. We can't control the things that are coming at us, but we can control how we respond. And there's 2 oils that are very helpful with helping to work with our mindset through these stressful situations. And one is balance and one is adaptive. Sorry, I'm spending a lot of time on this because I can just feel that there's people that need this. So balance is a grounding blend. It's got spruce leaf, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, blue chamomile, osmanthus. It's so great for restlessness, anxiousness, mood swings, hot flashes. You can apply it right to your heart, all right where you feel that stress and anxiety, or bottoms of the feet. I love to just smell this one. This is my fragrance. I wake up every morning and this just goes on me. It can go on your wrists, is great. I have one of these little lava bead things, or right behind your ears. Again, on your heart, feels so good. You can put it, I like to put it in my little hair scrunchie. This is a great one that we used on the canoe trip, or I did. I rolled it on because there was some times when we were canoeing that it was a little stressful. We had to go through some rapids, and they were not just like little like riffles of waves, but there was big rocks that we had to kind of dodge through and steer through. And for me, that was very stressful. So I put balance on. I had it in my little fanny pack while we were canoeing. And anytime I saw these rapids coming up, I would just roll on my balance. And I could feel it instantly helping to calm the body and help me to think clearly. Because that's the worst thing when that happens, when you get in that panic mode and then all of a sudden you don't feel like you can function at all. And you start to feel frozen. Balance is one that helps you to just really ground you and able to kind of get in motion. This is a slide that was actually done of some red blood cells on a dog. So the dog was stressed out, high levels of anxiety. These are his cells. And when you're stressed out, those high levels of stress hormones actually constrict the cells. They put kind of snuff out the oxygen in the cell. So they start to compound on each other and they aren't flowing through the body as they should. And that's why you feel that tightness and the tension in your shoulders, or when my brother gets overly stressed out, like his back just tightens up instantly. And so that's stress hormones constricting those cells from movement. So they put balance oil on the dog. They rubbed it together and massaged it in the coat, got it going, right around the collar, around the neck. Dogs like that too. And 20 seconds later, they took another blood sample, and this is what the oil or what the cells looked like after 20 seconds. So what balance does, it actually helps to eliminate those stress hormones out of the body and reoxygenate those cells. That's amazing, right? Actual science right there. Okay, so and then Adaptiv, this is our calming blend. And we've got lavender, neroli, rosemary, wild orange, spearmint, copaiba, magnolia. This is a balance of helping us to feel calm and centered, but still be alert. So lavender, neroli, copaiba, magnolia, those are going to be calming oils. But then the wild orange and the spearmint are definitely going to help with being able to be alert and focused. And then the rosemary is going to help with that mindset, the memory and retention. So this is so great. I know a lot of teachers that love to be diffusing this in the classroom, or if you have like a long extended period at work where you start to lose that focus, Adaptiv is amazing to have in the diffuser. It also comes in a roll-on, and it also comes in capsule form. And I take one of those every morning just to be able to focus and to be able to get things done. Adaptiv is amazing. So it's really important to tune into those emotions, especially stress and anxiety, because when we chronically repress those emotions, we create a toxicity in our body. our mind, and our heart. And this negative energy actually gets stored in our organs, muscles, and tissues. So if you've ever gone for a massage and sometimes there's like a release as they're massaging that muscle or that tension or tightness, and you start to, I don't know, for me at least, start to just get teary and you're like, I don't know why I'm crying, but it's actually releasing those emotions that have gotten stored and tucked away into your cells because you haven't dealt with or worked on those situations. So like with anger and frustration, if you have those chronic levels of anger and frustration, you're going to feel it in your lower back. Fear is connected to the stomach and the intestines. And these just make sense, right? Like, you know, when you feel fearful, you feel that queasiness in your stomach. Hurt is the heart and the chest. Loss of control, you start to get headaches. Burdens and responsibilities just weighs on the shoulders and the neck. Resentments tends to lead to fatigue. When people say, I'm tired all the time, sometimes it's because they are thinking and having those resentful thoughts of different situations in their life. Trauma creates numbness, and then anxiety, of course, with breathing difficulties. Okay, whew. Okay, so we're moving on. We're going to talk about, we talked about the first way to use our oils, and that's aromatically. And now we're going into topically. So we're going to be able to put our oils right on the area of concern. So this could be when we talked about lavender, and we're putting it on those cuts, bumps, scrapes, bruises, bee stings, bug bites, burns. I just love saying all those. You can apply it right to that situation. We'll talk about fractionated coconut oil, but it's great to dilute with a fractionated coconut oil. I'll talk about what that is and how to apply that. But you want to be able to put your oils, if you're not using it for like an actual injury, you can put it on your pulse points, which is your wrists, behind your ears. That lower brain stem is amazing for massaging your oils into, and your feet. Deep Blue is a great blend. This is so good for pain and inflammation. It comes in a actual cream form, just like this, which I could never live without this. We use this all the time. Every family member, I think, in the entire Milliger family has a bottle of this, even our children. And it really works to help with any kind of tension, tightness, arthritis, aches, anything that hurts, you know, those just aches and pains. My kids are all involved in sports. Deep Blue feels amazing for that, or just a lot of walking, or just anything where the body's tired. Deep Blue is amazing. And it has these oils like wintergreen, which is nature's aspirin, and helichrysum, blue tansy. All those floral oils actually work to repair that muscle tissue and the tendons. So we're never just masking the issue and numbing the pain. It's actually working to heal and repair the body. Great for kids. Elsa knows this, of actually using it for any kind of growing pains. So she'll massage it in before bedtime, and it helps so much. You can layer these two up. You can do the rub and the oil together. It just helps to like just drive the oil in a little bit deeper. But when we talk about applying topically, this is the fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil means, and you guys have probably seen coconut oil, or you've cooked with coconut oil, right? It's a hard, solid, not hard, but it's a white solid. And so when it's fractionated, all the fats have been pulled out of the oil, so it stays in liquid form all the time. And you can take your oil, your fractionated coconut oil. I always recommend adding this to your starter kit and putting a couple of drops in your hand, and then adding your oil and then rubbing it in. So what that's going to do is, first of all, you're going to need less of your actual oil that you're using. So whether it's Breathe or Adaptiv or Balance or Deep Blue, it's going to be able to, you're going to be using less of your oil. So you'll only need 1 to 2 drops, and you'll be able to cover a larger surface area. And it's also going to give your oils weight. So as you can see here, when we're using the coconut oil, it's going to help those oils to stay on the body for a longer period of time. So they're going to drive in a little bit deeper, and you're going to get a longer lasting benefit. And they also help to protect the skin. So if you have any skin sensitivities, this coconut oil is going to help so that you're not putting the oil directly on the skin. Okay, and digestion, this is another great one. Well, I mean, I guess you could use, I mean, I use this topically the most. I don't normally put in the diffuser. You could, and you can also do a drop internally, or you can put it in, we'll talk about like a little veggie cap that you can be your own little pharmacist. But Digescent is our digestive blend. And again, we're talking about being able to empower you and replace your medicine cabinet. Or if you're on a canoe trip and someone's stomach is just like not right, and it doesn't even matter what kind of not right it is, Digescent covers everything from the mouth to the south. And it can cover everything from your diarrhea, your constipation, your queasiness, whatever kind of rumbling is going on in there. Digescent works so well. So you definitely want to have this when you travel. It also is really great for anyone who struggles with any kind of acid reflux. You can massage it right into the sternum. Or motion sickness. Okay, so if we're going for a 5-hour car ride to our canoe trip and there's people sitting in the back seat that aren't feeling so well, Digescent is a great one for them too. And then sinus pressure. I find that if I massage this in, if you get that sinus pressure that's just so tight, like your cheekbones hurt, Digescent's a great one to just gently kind of massage into those lower cheekbones, and it will help to open up those airways. Another Swiss Army knife of essential oils, guys, Digescent. You got to have that one. So when we talk about your starter kits, and this is a great little cheat sheet of where to apply your oils, but you can do peppermint and lavender for head tension, your balance and serenity, lavender, Adaptiv, any of those for your heart, right? For that stress and anxiety. Your spine is going to be a key place when we're really tuning in for immune support with On Guard, tea tree, lemon, frankincense. Your deep blue is going to be great, of course, for your neck, your tension. Peppermint is going to be another great one to put there. Breathe is going to be great for the chest to open up those airways. Again, peppermint is another one that you can use peppermint everywhere. It's so good. And then your Digescent or peppermint could be for any kind of stomach issues. All right. Last thing is your internal use of your essential oils. And this is only doTERRA oils, okay, guys? This is not the one that's at the hardware store, because that will make you very sick. Make sure that your oils, because of their purity, that you can use doTERRA oils internally. They have supplemental facts listed on the side of the bottle. So this peppermint, you can see it right here. It's got the supplemental facts, and it will say 1 drop. Something like Breathe, there are no supplemental facts listed here. So you would not take that internally. 1 drop is all you need. And something like lemon, this is a great detoxifier. I have grapefruit with me here tonight. I love grapefruit because it's very energizing and it really helps with metabolism. So if you want to kind of regulate a sluggish metabolism or you're lacking in energy, oh, and it tastes so good. So you're going to be drinking more water because it tastes good. Those high levels of limonene, especially in the citrus oils, is going to be helping to do that kind of little gentle detox for the body, flushing out those bad toxins and that toxic overload. And it smells good. So when you're smelling citrus, right, you just feel happy. When I smell wild orange, that's sunshine in a bottle, or lemon, grapefruit, they're all happy citrusy oils. You can put them in a veggie cap. So a veggie, I don't have it with me, but you have a little capsule. I think wholesale with doTERRA, that's like $4 for 120 of them, but you can put 1 drop of whatever it may be in your veggie cap and take them internally. Or you can do a drop under the tongue. I do this with frankincense every day because it's really good for cellular support. Lemon's another great one that's really good for cleansing the body and the home. So you can use it for cleaning. Like you can use it for your immune support and your water. You can use it for add to cleaners for shine and degreasing. Lemon's a great one that helps get rid of that phlegm. I had another customer that her mom at night, she's 90 years old and sleeping at night, and she wakes up and she's just coughing all this phlegm buildup. We don't know why, but lemon, she started to add to her water and she doesn't have that anymore. Yay. And it's also great because it's going to help with digestion. So when we think about lemon, right, we think about being acidic, but lemon, the oil actually comes from the rind and not the fruit. So it actually works to help make the body more alkaline and less acidic. So it's going to be great for anyone struggling with that acid reflux. It isn't going to eat away at the enamel of your teeth. And it's just going to be great and soothing instead of upsetting the stomach with too much acidity. And it also gets rid of grease and sticky gunk. And as Elsa was saying, her daughter wears those tiny little rubber bands in her hair for a little ponytail with her little blonde, cute little ponytail. And pulling those out before bath time can be so painful. But she'll just put a drop of lemon on that plastic of the ponytail, and it just pops off right open. Nobody's crying. It's so fun, and her daughter loves it. So lemon does break down plastic. So it's really important to know that you only want to do one drop, or you only want to use it in glass or stainless steel. You don't want to put it in plastic, okay? Lemon's a strong one for really helping us really to flush the plastics out of our body. Here's a great morning energy. Basil, rosemary, these are oils that wouldn't be in a starter kit, but they would be like oils 201. So once you have a wholesale account, you can log in with doTERRA and you can order any oils you want at the wholesale prices. So you could add basil and rosemary later to put in the diffuser, but basil is a great one to remove those negative habits. Lemon uplifts and refreshes the mood, and rosemary promotes that open and positive outlook on life. Frankincense is our king of oils. I could never do a talk without Frank, could never live without him. This is great for your overall cellular health. It's also really great for anti-aging because it's great for any kind of wrinkles. So it's really good for skin. You can add it to like your moisturizer at night. I love frankincense. This is another one that we used a ton on our trip for those, any kind of bites or my brother cut his foot open and we rolled frankincense on there in addition to the lavender to help the skin heal. And it's also really great for stress and anxiety. Copaiba is a great sister to frankincense. This also works really good for any kind of skin issues. It actually helps the body to, promotes the body to produce more collagen. I'm sure you guys have heard that buzzword collagen lately, but collagen is really what gives our skin kind of that bounce instead of that sagginess. I don't know, what would you prefer? So if you're trying to avoid that sagginess, Copaiba is a great one. You can put a drop in your water. I like to do a drop in my water with lemon. Copaiba doesn't really have a taste, or you can add it to your moisturizers. It's great for immune support. It's great for aches and pains, stress, anxiety, overwhelm. Any of those, Copaiba is going to work. And then the last thing I'll talk about is our lifelong vitality. So doTERRA is more than just essential oils. We have a whole supplement program, and this is called Lifelong Vitality. It's 12 servings of your fruits and vegetables. It has your omega-3, 6, and 9s, which is really important for brain and heart health. And then it has your alpha CRS, which is your basically powerful antioxidants and essential oils in there. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't have more energy during the day and you're not sleeping better at night and you have less aches and pains and better mood management, so you don't have those highs and lows, you can return the empty bottles after 30 days if it's not working for you. And again, this is our #1 reorder product because it works so well. If I was going to a deserted island and they're like, Kara, you can only take one doTERRA product with you, it would be Lifelong Vitality. I love it. I just noticed the instant energy and less aches and pains. I didn't feel like I was hobbling. Like when you first wake up in the morning and you feel kind of stiff and it takes a while to get moving. I don't have that anymore. I thought that was just going to be a part of my life, but it's not. All right. So as we focus back, hopefully we touched on your health concerns. Maybe it's stress, anxiety, pain, inflammation, sleep, digestion, immune support. If it wasn't talked about, we love to work with you to be able to find out what would be a great natural solution for you and a good regimen. But think about what your life would be like without those concerns, without having sleep issues, or the woman that has continuous anxiety, something that she's been living with for months and that was relieved within 3 to 5 minutes. Or better digestion, all of those things. Just imagine what it'd be like to not have that continuous struggle, because there's no reason why you should be stuck with that situation for the rest of your life. Life is too good to be struggling with something like that. And again, we don't want to put a band-aid on the issue. We want to get to the root of the problem and work through it. So we've got amazing ways to get these essential oils in your home. There's 3 ways to purchase doTERRA. The first way is retail. It's the most expensive way. But if you want to buy like one oil here or there, it's not going to have a huge impact on your life, but you can always pay retail. What we do offer, which is the best ways to get your essential oils, there's 2 ways. You can either do wholesale. We offer a wholesale membership. It's kind of like a Sam's Club or Costco membership where you pay a $35 membership fee for the year, and then it unlocks the door to all of the wholesale prices with doTERRA. So you get all of your oils at the wholesale price, which is 25% off of retail. You get your own like user ID and password. So you just go to doTERRA.com to place your orders. And once you log in with your credentials, all the wholesale prices unlock. And you can order what you want, when you want, whenever you want. There's really no smoke and mirrors here. You don't have to have a party. You don't have to sell essential oils unless you want to. But it's really all about you and your health and wellness. You don't have to meet certain quotas. You don't get kicked out of our club or anything like that. It's just you logging in with your username and password, and you can get your oils at that wholesale price. The third way, which is great for brand new customers, you can actually get below the wholesale price when you start with a starter kit. So a starter kit, I'll show you what those look like, but basically we've bundled all the oils together for you, and we have a couple of different options based on your health concerns, but we've put together what we think are going to be able to help you to replace 80 to 90% of whatever situation comes up in the home. Now you have these natural solutions. Now you're empowered. Now you can combat sleep issues or digestive issues, or someone who isn't feeling quite right. Immune support, clearing the air, freshening the air, changing the mood, helping with energy, all those things in one bundle. And when you buy it as a bundle or as a starter kit, it waives that $35 membership fee. And because it's bundled, you're actually paying below that 25% off retail. For July only, there's an awesome promo going on right now that you earn 50 doTERRA dollars with an enrollment order of $150 or more. So you buy your kit. If it's, I mean, most of our, I think our kits start at like 160. So when you buy that kit, then add it into your account that will drop in the next month, you're going to get 50 doTERRA dollars. So think of it as like Kohl's Cash. So all of a sudden you have these 50 dollars of Kohl's Cash that you can really cash in and turn in for other oils on your next order. It's really cool to get $50 doTERRA dollars. So I'll show you a couple options. Some of my favorites, the Healthy Habits Kit. This is if you're interested in that supplement program. So it has the Lifelong Vitality. It has the Deep Blue Rub. And then it has some of our key oils. So it has On Guard in here, Tangerine, which has the highest levels of that limonene in it. Lavender, Balance, and Frankincense. These are all in a 5 ml. It's a smaller size. And then you can add anything you want onto your order. So you could add your coconut oil. You could add this petal diffuser. Actually comes with a free bottle of wild orange and lavender right now. And you'll be able to still get those wholesale prices. So this kit is $195. It's a $75 savings because it's bundled together. My absolute favorite kit is the Home Essentials Kit. So this is for just basically mind, body, and soul. For stress, anxious feelings, overall health. You get the full-size bottles. Deep Blue comes in a smaller bottle, but then you get Adaptiv, On Guard, Digestin, Breathe, Balance, Copaiba, Peppermint, Lavender, and Lemon, and the Petal Diffuser for $249. And then the Healthy Start Kit. This is a great way to just kind of dip your toe into doTERRA and see if it's something that you are going to love and be able to really change that existing lifestyle. If you're looking for these natural tools and you want to just test it out, it's $160. You'll get those 50 doTERRA dollars, and it has smaller 5 ml bottles. So it's like a third of the size of the Home Essentials. You get Digestin, you get oregano for immune support, On Guard, Breathe, Deep Blue, Peppermint, Lemon, Lavender, Frankincense, and Tea Tree. And then again, you can add on, you could add Adaptiv, you could add Balance, you could add coconut oil, and you'll get that wholesale price. But this kit is great. It comes with a diffuser, it's $160. And then we also have a simple solutions kit. So if someone's not quite sure where to start, or the oils in there don't pertain to you, I always say simple solutions, you are guaranteed definitely going to use these oils. The Deep Blue Rub for your aches and pains, your lemon, your On Guard, your Serenity, and then you can add on any other oils that you were interested in that maybe you didn't see in one of those kits. But I always recommend getting a diffuser and something like Adaptiv or Balance or Frankincense or, you know, coconut oil, whatever it is. This is an option for you also, and that was $105. Okay, so remember that doTERRA Dollar Days are back. Anyone who joins, you pick your starter kit, you get those 50 doTERRA dollars. And this is what 50 doTERRA dollars could look like. You could put together a little, and I can help you with this, a little combo for balance. You could do mood support, sleep support, immune support, tension, digestion, kid support, any of those. That is basically some examples of what 50 doTERRA dollars looks like. And if we want to hone in on a specific health concern, this would be right where it's at. And then right now we have a BOGO box going on. This is called BOGO Week with doTERRA. It only happens 2 or 3 times a year, but they offer this amazing box of oils. So basically for $170, you get 12 oils. So you're basically paying for 4 of them, and then you get the other 8 for free. And the only thing about this is that this variety pack of oils is definitely going to be helpful, but it's not like our starter kits where you're starting with those basics of your key oils that you're going to be going to time and time again. But these are still great oils, and it's a great way to be able to get these amazing freebies. So it's $170 where you get Tea Tree, Aroma Touch, Purify, you get Adaptiv in a roller, Immortelle, which is really good for skin and wrinkles, Deep Blue, Fennel, which is great for digestive support, Cypress, which is great for circulation, Kumquat is just a great citrus, and so is Clementine. Lemongrass is great for any kind of aches and pains, and you get frankincense in a roller too. So that is an option. The BOGO box is available for existing members and new members. So, and then you would still get those 50 doTERRA dollars back. What you get from us, you get an amazing welcome packet. You get to be folded into our private Facebook group. You get a personal wellness consult with me. We can schedule that. And we offer free education classes for our members, and they're very specific on different topics. So every Saturday, we have a different topic that you can hone in on. And it's anything from women's health and hormones to sleep to digestion, but it's specifically just for our members. And then you get 24-hour care and support. So you can text me. Everyone knows, if you are a member, how much I love to talk and help people with their essential oils. So you can text anytime. And then this is our Facebook group. I will send you a link to that. This is available to absolutely anybody, but this is where we have all our education in health and wellness. The welcome packet looks like this. It has a resource book in it. So the resource book is really important. This is going to be your essential oil Bible. And it just saves you from trying to have to memorize everything that you just learned in the class today, so that you can look up specific oils and find out, you know, how to use them. So I'm looking at Copaiba, and it's great for pain and inflammation, tendinitis, plantar fasciitis, heel spurs, respiratory issues, sore throat, bedwetting and incontinence, colitis, intestinal infections, cancer and autoimmune disorders, fungal, bacterial, and viral infections. It's an anti-inflammatory, it's a antifungal, antibacterial, antioxidant. So that's why you bought that oil. Then you can also look up health concerns too. So if you have, and we can use this when we go for questioning at the end, and we can look some stuff up. But for athlete's foot, you can use tea tree, you can use arbor vitae, you can use oregano, but it will tell you which oils to use and how to use them. So you definitely have to have this. And then you also get little stickers for the tops of your bottles, and you get an oil basics guide. And again, you get that continuous love and support from us. You can text me. This is my cell phone, 221-8685. And it's free when you connect with me and get your wholesale account started this week. You can get a customized shopping cart just for you. So if you're like, oh, Kara, I was looking at that Healthy Start, but I would also really like that Adaptiv oil. We can create a customized shopping cart just for you, whatever your needs are, whatever your budget is, and make it happen. So this is our free On Guard hand sanitizer that you can get when you send me a text, and we start working on that and get your wholesale account started. Let's see, let me move to this. So the greatest medicine of all is teaching people how not to need it. And that's why Elsa and I are so passionate, really, about teaching you and guiding you on essential oils. Okay. So let me see where we're at. I'm going to try to open up the chat here. Here we go. I can see it now. And be able to see, was there any questions, Elsa, that didn't?
So far so good. I don't think anyone had anything.
Your mommy.
Okay.
I mean, there was, you know, the popular question of pets and, you know, are they safe to use around pets?
Yes, and we did a pet class, and if you just email me, and I can actually send you that recording. But there are, I mean, we have 2 dogs and a cat and a ton of fish. We diffuse everything. We have a diffuser in every room in the home. And there's specific oils that are really great for, especially for stress and anxiety. Our dogs love Balance. Serenity is our restful blend, so we diffuse that at night. They love that. We get On Guard diffusing in the kitchen where everybody is all the time. Copaiba is great for oral health for your dogs, especially. My dogs have just nasty, I mean, they're just, and I'm not going to pay $1,000 to have their teeth cleaned. Sorry, just can't. And Copaiba actually worked to heal. My dog had like an abscess tooth that they wanted to, I think they wanted to remove it. And I just started putting a drop in her water like 3 times a week. And within 2 weeks, it was all cleared up. She's got great looking teeth and great looking gums. Terra Shield, that's our outdoor blend that I think is so important for everybody. And that is, you know, I mean, it's just, we use it on our pets. We obviously use it when we canoe. Gosh, I'm trying to think what else is really great for pets. I mean, those blends, oh, and Digestin is great for pets. Anytime dogs have, especially, you know, stomach upset, or they ate the wrong thing, or they're gassy in the car on road trips, Digestin works well for that. I can attest to that.
Well, like lavender and serenity and balance, I mentioned for anxiety.
Yes, for sure. So, and we just did our community for our members. Just last week, we did a whole DIY for pets and pests. So it was covering things for your pets, but then also pests. Don't confuse the two, they're different. But like trying to keep the pests away, which is obviously important. Well, it's important any time of the year, but in summer with all the different, oh boy, all the bugs that we saw on our canoe trip, let me tell you. And wolf spiders, crazy. Okay, well, that sounds good.
We do a door prize.
We should do a door prize because I don't want to forget that. All right, so I'll do the first one. I'll do the first big one because that's getting a lime oil is kind of nice. So do you have somebody for that one?
Point to an, I wrote everybody's name down who participated in the chat. So point to a name. One of these ones right here. Jed.
All right. Got it, Jed. And how about the fresh rollerball?
Okay, point to another one. Joan.
Joan. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'll mail those out. If you didn't get samples and you would like them, let us know because we'd be happy to send those out. And again, you have my email, have my cell phone. This isn't a infomercial where this offer expires in 24 hours or something like that. We're really focused on your health and wellness and really finding what is going to be the best way for you to get started. And what is, I mean, our biggest goal is to eliminate those continuous health concerns and get to the solution. And so, like I said, it's not a rush, and we love working, we love helping people, and it's a passion. So we're always happy to help. Okay. All right. So have a good night, guys. Go Bucks.
Right. Thank you. Say bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Go Bucks.